Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the live action He-Man movie. Are we allowed to? Do we have the permission of certain parts of fandom to talk about this movie?
I don't care. And beyond that, it's like, I think it's more, we should be concerned more about the fact that nobody cares.
That is actually it. So yeah, we're going to talk about this, kind of react to the first, well, we've seen some photos before. Now they have Teela in costume. But I will give the girl credit. She looks the part. She looks the part.
She's lacking blue eyes and her hair should be redder, but that's,
Well, yeah, but I mean, compared to the Teela from the '87 movie, and I think the guy they got to play Adam looks like dead on. He looks really good.
He does.
I'm not saying that in a gay way. I'm just saying I think he looks the part.
I don't think anybody thought you were, but okay.
Anyway, well, don't you know the show is gay coded? So anyway, we'll talk about this. We'll react to it. Like, here's the thing. Notice the difference between this movie and Revolution. People were actually excited about Revelation, which is why they got so pissed off about the way He-Man was treated. But like, nobody's talking about this movie. Like, we did a video talking about how
just the fandom mostly.
But I think the fandom's kind of dwindled too, which is sad. I mean, look, I count myself among the fans that have withered away. I was a huge He-Man fan. We're huge He-Man She-Ra fans, vintage fans. After the Revelation debacle, I just basically noped out. Like, I stopped collecting the figures. I stopped talking about it. Like, I was so sour. I have the same feelings toward Masters of the Universe at this point that I have toward Disney Star Wars, because I'm so burnt out on the drama around it. But we'll talk about it because I guess it's newsworthy, but nobody else seems to care. So, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
All right, so Cosmic Book News has it. We got Cosmic Book News. We have For Eternia, which is probably with He-Man.org gone. For Eternia is probably the most reputable He-Man site out there. Not that there's a whole lot of them left, but so Teela spotted on Earth and Masters of the Universe leaks. That is my concern. So let's rip the Band-Aid off. Here's her costume.
It's
okay.
I mean, I get you can't have her running around in a like a leotard, like a one piece thing.
Well, you could.
I get that. But the flip side is she had the gun holster in the movie too. I'm not a huge fan. At least the colors are more accurate. It is what it is. It's not great. But you're not allowed to say that, because if you say you don't like the outfit, these people, like, all of it, and here I can sum it up for you. It's everything you expect. The man babies, basement dwellers, don't like women, don't like this outfit. Basically, if you're a real fan, you'd love everything and anything they put out, and any opinion to the contrary that doesn't go along with my opinion, meaning what they're saying, ends up being that you are a bigot of some way, and you should be shamed out of the fandom, because a true fan like me would love all of it. That's basically summed up to what it is. They never take into consideration that it could be a female who doesn't like whatever. It's always you're a man, baby, chud, basement dweller, whatever, some insult to other men.
Joke's on you. We don't even have a basement.
That's true.
Our house doesn't have a basement. So anyway, okay, whatever. I mean, I get what they're going for. I get it. And it looks like a mashup of, different. It's like, look, here's the thing. And this is what I'm going back to. And I think my lack of reaction to anything Masters of the Universe at this point, it says so much. It's the exact same thing with Star Wars. Like, I'm beyond care. Like, they could honestly drop this movie. It could be the best fucking thing ever. And I don't know if I would care. I think I'd watch it, maybe be like, yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Aside from her outfit, which, I mean, I get why they put her in it. I just can't get past the fact she's going to have a camel toe on that thing. The Earth part is really, you've learned nothing. You've learned nothing from the first movie, is what people are concerned about. Now, that being said, we don't know if it's taking place the whole way on Earth. It could just be the beginnings of Earth's going to have to go retrieve him and take him back to Eternia. Yeah. And that could be the case. We don't yet know. But we do know that this part at least is on Earth.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that gives me some glimmer of hope is that Travis Knight is doing this, and he actually is the guy behind Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was the only live action Transformers movie that I acknowledge exists, because all the other ones were
so I mean,
god
like
awful.
according to you though,
According to me,
Right.
in my head canon, only Bumblebee. Gosh, it would be great if someday they made a sequel to Bumblebee, but
I'm
be careful
afraid
what
to
you
let them
wish
even
for.
touch anything anymore because it'll just ruin it. Here's a
think
better
that's just
idea:
it.
go make new things. Um,
Yeah,
so there's definitely a division on the costume and the Earth aspect.
if this came out, I'll tell you the truth. If this came out before Revelation, I think people would be a lot more excited. There'd be a lot more
I agree
chatter.
with you. Revelation really did a lot of damage, contrary to what some people want to go on and on and on about, which is completely. They're the minority on this one. Most people felt that Revelation was what turned them off to Masters of the Universe, and they keep it's doubling down that we lied, which we didn't. And I will say the second one, Revolution, was better, but at that point, people just didn't care. So at this point, even down the road further, unless they're like going to let that go and we get some really good previews for the movie, you might win some people back, but I think a lot of people just are over it.
See, this is the thing too, because I'm looking at For Eternia, and again, they're probably the biggest He-Man site left.
Well, I don't know. There's a couple ones I think are big too,
but their interaction is not great. I mean, it's like 11 comments.
I was looking at Facebook, and there was a lot more on Facebook than I saw on Twitter.
More people fighting over it again.
My God, yes. Like I just said, if you didn't love it and think it was the greatest thing, anybody who questioned, they could have said, I'm not into her outfit. That's all they'd say. Like something simple, like, I'm not big on her outfit. They'd be like, what do you think she should be driving around in? Like, she's not a Playgirl bunny, a Playway bunny. What the heck? You're a chud. You're a basement dweller. You're a blah, blah, blah. Insult, insult, insult because you dare say, I just don't like her outfit. How very dare you? Or I don't like that's on Earth. How very dare you? You have to consume and love everything, or a literal, because it was like the same few people on every comment. A few triggered giant, if we're talking about man babies, they're the ones acting like children. They're the ones acting like chuds. They're the ones acting like dipshits who can't accept that other people don't agree with them, going through everybody's comments and trying to belittle everyone if you didn't love it because they do. And it's like, look, you're allowed to like it, you're allowed to not like it. Who cares? But saying her outfit I'm not very fond of it is a fair statement to make.
But yeah, and actually the comments are split even on this one. We have that's pretty bad, like ignore accuracy to the cartoon for a moment. It just looks bad. And this other person's like, haters gonna hate. I like it a lot. As for the Earth setting, I'm confident it will not be a huge part of the movie. I am not so confident about that because it is cheaper. It is cheaper to have the movie set on Earth.
That's stupid because they know people were mad about that with the last movie. That'd be dumb.
This guy here from Blue Sky says, if He-Man doesn't appear half naked in a fuzzy loincloth, then he's not He-Man. I don't know if he will. Here's the problem. As I understand it, I have a friend who works in licensing, and this friend was telling me that Mattel actually has a mandate now for the reason that he's been wearing pants in the newer He-Man incarnations, like the CGI show, is that's actually a mandate from Mattel because apparently kids were confused by why he was running around in his underwear. Now, this is based on vintage Masters, but the fact that Teela's in a pantsuit, I'm thinking He-Man's going to have pants.
Oh my God, it'd be hilarious if she's in a pantsuit covered up and they put him back in the
and he just put him in like a Speedo.
That would be funny. That would be hilarious to me. But, people are just going to be mad. Like, again, haters are going to hate. Look, you're allowed to think it's great. That's fine. If you like it, that's cool. The thing is, I know people aren't telling them they're not fans, they like it. Yeah. But if you don't agree with them, these people are like, lose their shit. And then they go around and crap all over everybody else because, well, how dare you not like it? You just consume and love it all because I said so, because I like it.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to like it. You're allowed not like it. The problem is when you're being an asshole. And from what I'm seeing, the majority of people being assholes are not the ones who say, I don't care for it.
Yeah. Yeah. It just feels, I don't know. It just really feels like this franchise is not in a very good place right now. It seems like there's very little interest in it. Nobody talks about it. They had a comic series.
The toys are still selling, but you have to go online to get them.
They're selling to collectors.
A lot of people I've noticed over the last few months have said that they're finding them in stores less and less and less, which we said was going to happen. But we're liars. What do we know? You usually have to buy them from Entertainment Earth or Amazon or places online. Mattel Creations, Collector, what do they call it now? those
Yeah.
places you have to get it from. Same with like Monster Highs. I mean, some of the dolls you have to get it there. You can't get it in the stores.
It's a very niche thing. Like they tried. I mean, I'll give Mattel props. They tried very hard to mainstream Masters of the Universe on repeatedly over the last couple of years, right? And I think the CGI He-Man show, and I said before, even though it was very different from the original, I think that was good. I think that needed to be on like Cartoon Network or something. And it should have come before Revelation, because what they did is they tried to reel people in with the nostalgia first, but then they dropped the ball with that. But I think that CGI cartoon actually would have had potential if you dropped it on Cartoon Network and not kind of buried it on Netflix with all the other stuff.
I also think if you would have done Revelation now, we wouldn't have a lot of the choices that had been leaked that they had made that they had to later walk back. We wouldn't.
Yeah, things are
It wouldn't
changing.
even have gone to that place. And for people like, oh, you're lying. It's like it was in the fucking script. Okay, I'm sorry. And no, I'm not going to send it to you so you believe me, because I one don't give two shits if you believe me, and two, I'm not sending anything like that anywhere because I'll get in trouble for it.
Yeah,
you actually do that. So screw you, and it'll track back to who gave it to us, and they'll get in trouble. So no.
here's this
bitch boy.
This is a pro tip, right? If you've got contraband from a studio or a company, whatever, yeah, it's like illegal goods if they smuggle out a script that you're not supposed to have, and people do get busted for that. People get arrested in some cases for that kind of stuff. I mean, look at what happened with the Ant-Man debacle. Remember, Disney went after that guy because he had he leaked the script to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yes.
It was from the subtitled version of it. Like he kind of like leaked up that whole thing, and then he got in big trouble for that. So yeah.
Right. So it's like you can't go around sharing that stuff
Studio
anyway. But you
property,
can
you
believe
can't do
what
it.
you want to believe. I don't really give a shit what you believe because you're wrong. Anyway, because we saw it, and we were right. Kiss my ass. But you think if they had done this, I think if they had done that show now, I honestly I do believe, I think Kevin Smith acted like a big giant baby a-hole. That being said, I do wonder if it was a mandate that he was told he had to do. Because I don't see him writing it that way on his own.
I don't either.
I could be wrong.
That whole thing, like to this day, I don't fully understand like what went down, because Kevin Smith spent the majority of his early career taking pot shots at studios.
But he can dish it out. He can't take it.
Right. But Lucasfilm and Warner Brothers, like, you can't tell me when you were literally selling tickets to events where you were, dishing dirt on Warner Brothers and all the mistakes they're making with Batman and whatever, according to you, that you didn't see this coming. I think he absolutely positively did see it coming.
Well, that's why he tagged in the people he tagged in, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the point. I think if they just had made this, now, that revelation now, I think we would have avoided a lot of that. Is even a potential. Right. I'm hoping that they learned their lessons. I'm hoping Earth is just a limited time in this movie, because if it is a major part of the movie, then they done effed up again, because that's one complaint people had, like massive complaint from the last movie, was that they spent way too much time on Earth. Her outfit's lame. Maybe when she goes to Eternia, transfers into the outfit you're used to seeing.
Her pants fall off, and
then maybe
it's so hot.
I doubt it though, because they're going to be like, well, we want this to be a family film, and if her cheeks are out, even though this is skin tight and she always has a camel toe, somehow it makes it better because it's covered. It'll be okay here, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I think what's most surprising to me is, in hindsight, after again all the drama with Masters of the Universe, I never thought I would be in that place where I just don't give a shit about this franchise anymore. I'm sitting here looking around the office, and I got all these toys, and I got all these collectibles, and I got all this stuff, and I'm like, I even told you before, like, we're gonna order the new stuff. I'm like, don't even bother. Like, I don't even care about it anymore. It's like, it's just
right?
Like all the excitement because of the fiascos, all the drama and the internet shit. Basically, all the oxygen got sucked out.
Well, we got it a lot worse than a lot of people.
Oh, we got a lot worse. I mean, it was a point where like I was like, I went to PowerCon. I'm like, am I allowed to go to PowerCon? I was like, are we allowed to go, or are we gonna get harassed if we go?
We're allowed. The guy who ran it invited us specifically, but it's just, the whole thing's just insane, and I'm tired of it, and I think a lot of people are just tired of it. But again, I think if these fans that love everything, if they're upset that it's going downhill, and they're upset that they're losing the fandom, even though in their mind they keep saying it's not true, even though it is, the best way to win people back would probably be to accept that not everybody has the same opinion and find like things that you agree on. And like, let's talk about things we agree on and try to build up the excitement that way. But they don't, they cannot stand it. And they spend all their time shitting and attacking on potential fans because they don't like everything they like. And all they're doing is just pushing them away. That's all they're doing. So these people are working really hard in this movie, and these actors genuinely seem very excited to be in this movie. And I think that's very cool. I'm excited for them because their excitement will bring people to the movie theater. Their excitement will make people more excited for it, even if you're not so much so.
Right.
But these fans being like dumbass fucktards, I'm sorry for swearing, but it makes you so mad. They are causing more damage. So if you want people to return to He-Man and you want people to like what you like and you want, more people to be into it so you get stuff that you want again, do not be a fucking asshole and go around harassing people because they say, I don't like her costume. So fucking what? They're allowed to have that opinion. But by saying, I can see where, it looks very different. I don't mind it, but I can kind of see where you're coming from. You might win them back over, but no. You have to go attack, and then you're like, why does nobody side with me and like this stuff anymore? Look in the mirror, bitch, because that's why.
The reason people nope out from these franchises is because of that, right?
Yeah, the fans themselves are like, it's happened with She-Ra too, with the Princesses of Power. When they first started like showing stuff before the show even came out, if people had a comment about the character designer and anything else, they said, I don't like her shorts or whatever underneath, something stupid like that. They would literally dogpile you, harass you. I called a bad mother who probably doesn't let my kids watch Steven Universe when my kids watch Steven Universe all the time and all this other shit because I said I didn't like the character design. That's all I said. I'm not big on the design. And then they just dogpiled. And then they wondered why it chased all these people away and why everything went back to classic She-Ra. Because anybody who's interested in new She-Ra, you had such a vocal minority of assholes running everyone off.
Yeah, that was the thing, because you don't hear anything about Netflix She-Ra now,
unless it's from the vocal minority of assholes.
I think even Mattel has washed their hands of it because they're like, look at all the stuff they're bringing out. I think they already brought them out, the animated She-Ra and Catra, and then they're bringing out, no, they're not together, they're not a couple, and they're also bringing out the Barbie She-Ra and all the stuff. It's all classic.
That was the Barbie She-Ra was the one from the PowerCon. I thought it was the same one, but everybody kept saying act like it was new. I was like, I think I have that one, but
but it's all classic. It's all classic She-Ra.
It's all classic She-Ra. They're not doing the Princesses of Power. And the thing is, there wasn't enough demand for it, but there might have been more demand, or people might have been more willing to give things a chance. But before it even came out, these toxic, and you are the toxic fans. The people that go around behaving that way are the toxic fans. They went out and to completely destroy any chance it had by ruining any goodwill and burning all the bridges. And already you guys are doing that here. Because if someone says, I don't like the outfit, and you're allowed to not like that outfit. I think that the top part might be cool. I think the bottom part, they need to do some other stuff to it. I just don't think it works that well. I don't care for it that much. I get why they chose to do that. I just don't care for it that much. But if someone just says something simple like, yeah, I'm not a fan, immediately you're just mad because she's not in the one piece and you can't sexualize her. No, it's because the outfit looks stupid and I have no desire to sexualize Teela. Fuck you. It's like you just turned a bunch of people against it before it even came out with your bad behavior. Middle fingers, double.
Okay, there you go. You get a two-fingered salute. So there we go. Movie's coming out. I don't know how it's going to do. I don't care one way or the other. I truly do not care one way or the other. But thought we'd cover it because everybody's like, hey, look, did you see the new He-Man? I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I really wish they had given her blue contacts, but I don't think she looks terrible.
She doesn't look terrible.
The outfit's weird.
Yeah.
But I think she looks okay.
She looks all right. I'm getting Buck Rogers vibes from this.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think other people mentioned that. It said it felt more Buck Rogers than it felt.
It did feel very Buck Rogers.
Not as much so as that one.
No, the original Teela outfit was like, is this Teela? Like, I remember being a kid. I went to the theater to go see the 87 movie, and I was pretty young, but I went to go see it, and I'm like, is this Teela? Like, she doesn't look at all like Teela. Who is this?
I think they just tried to combine the two outfits into one. Is what they tried to do. I honestly think that's what they were going for, was to combine the two into one. Which I think you should have just made a new thing that looked more like her costume that maybe had more coverage.
There you go. All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
Let's wrap this up. How the hell do we talk about Teela's?
Mostly it was me ranting about dumbassery for several minutes.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.